Take two. Simon, what the hell are you wearing?
What do you mean, what am I wearing? It's my new cardigan. I'm a man of a certain age.
It looks like a dressing gown you'd buy in some southern state in America.
So wait a second.
Wait a minute. I'm going to show you this in full glory.
No, I was going to say,
for
Spotify listeners, Hamish, please describe what you're seeing on the screen in front of you.
I'm seeing something that looks slightly Native American, orangey.
Yeah, it's got that like orange
patterny.
and
I think it
white.
It looks very Native
brown.
American. But Simon's going to straight up tell me he probably got it from Canada because everything's from Canada. No, where did you find? Where did you find that? It's got a collar that looks like a dressing gown.
My mum bought me this for Christmas.
Oh, well.
I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Well, Mrs. Denning, it's a wonderful Christmas jacket.
I think it looks good.
Well done,
I wouldn't wear it with a shirt. Personally.
It's a polo shirt, but
it looks a bit weird with the collar. But
I just grabbed it and put it on.
It looks like something
I was cold when I got home from work. And I'm actually getting too hot now because this office is absolutely boiling. So I've
got this blanket on me because I'm freezing.
And a hot drink. You've got a hot
I've got my dressing gown. Right,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
see, me and Hamish were really sneaky about it.
Yeah,
so it's just straight up.
I'm going to take it off now because I'm getting absolutely hot.
Well,
boiling.
That's because you got a new build and it's fully insulated.
It is fully insulated.
I
have the heating on here, here.
The trouble is we're probably going to drink a nice cold beer in a minute, which doesn't really lend itself to trying to stay warm.
Well, you guys might be. I won't be drinking a beer.
Well,
don't put spoilers straight away. But
spoilers, but
kick it off.
Simon's on call. Should we just get stuck with the beers then?
Let's do it. Right.
No, you don't. You don't sound very enthusiastic about it here.
Do it.
Oh God! Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Want some beer? I'm waiting for Simon.
Do you know what? I'm excited to see which of the Christmas beers Hamish has got going on today because I think you've got a few more. Hamish, what are you drinking?
I've got plenty. Right. So Simon, I've got this is a Christmas beer. Thank you so much, Mum, Faye's mum. Cheers, Mum. It's a Polner Munchen Hell. It's German, obviously.
A Paulaner Munchen. Okay.
I reckon.
Thank you, Simon.
That sounds great.
From hell. I'm loving it. A beer from hell. Sorry.
Wow. What percentage are we going for? I'm guessing it's like a Hell's like a Pilsner type.
4.9.
Okay.
Easy.
Let's crack it open. Let's see what you got.
All in German. Well, all right, Simon. Spoiler alert. You've obviously told us, but you're on.
I'm on call for work.
Yeah.
And tonight I have gone with a new option. A Vive Tropical Blast Zero. Which
is that an Aldi Fanta knockoff?
Aldi. Well, let's go one step back. Trip is an Aldi Lilt knockoff.
Oh, Lilt knockoff. Nice.
Which is now Fanta. You're right.
Because you can't get proper Lilt no more, can you?
No, it's now Fanta, pineapple, and grapefruit.
Rubbish. Well, that's good to know that Aldi do a Lilt equivalent.
A Lilt knockoff.
I love Lilt and Fanta for that matter. But Lilt's something else. Lilt's a little bit different. Anyone?
Well, no, they've made it Fanta now, haven't they? They've
changed but in the old days, a can of Lilt, man. That's the good
absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever tried Ting?
No.
I kind of want a Lilt now. I would love a Lilt. I wish I had one. Maybe I'll go down. Maybe let's just stop, shall we? I'll go down the shop.
No.
You guys sit here.
Join on.
What if I could get to Aldi and get a Lilt before you guys got to the end of the podcast? That'd
be so good.
Wow.
I could do a Discord call on my phone, and I could if it wasn't so cold.
No, I tell you what, we'll probably actually be able to talk a lot of subjects because we're not going to be stuck on the Lilt conversation.
Hamish, I'm sorry, Hamish. I'm talking.
Wildcard Trip. What are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
Well, when I went to the shop for my last beer, and I got a couple of beers when I went to the Leytonstone indoor place that does food and drink and beers, and I got myself a Super Bock Stout.
Oh, he's staying on the dark beer train.
Wow.
So I was aware of Super Bock, but I was not aware that they did a stout. So I thought I would
did
pick
not
this
know
one
that
up.
either.
It's a nice 5%. It's from Portugal. Yeah, Super Bock's from Portugal. I think I've only ever had their lager or whatever their regular beer is. But I thought I would try a nice dark beer. I am going to drink it out of the bottle, which is probably not the best for a dark beer, but I can't be bothered to go get a glass.
Okay.
Cheers, guys. Happy
Cheers.
2025. I think it was 2025 when the last episode came out, but it wasn't 2025 when we recorded it. So actually, is it all right, mate? It's got an interesting colour. Oh, no, it's just a lager.
It looks like
a fizzy piss, yeah.
It looks
a bit
like
fizzy.
fish. Yeah. It's
Tastes like it too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It tastes quite like a Stella.
It tastes more like a malty beer than a stout. Nice. It's quite a tame stout.
This seems like is this like Germany's Stella?
It's a Pilsner. Yeah, like Hell's Pilsner.
Yeah,
lager. It's a very light lager, but decent strength.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. It's all right.
Cool.
Right, let's crack on. So, has wheels been spun, Trip?
Yeah, I actually span the wheel in advance. So
episode 90 wheel.
Well, what is
every
episode
what is the we give away 6 packets, 6 packs, 6 packets of cards of the still the latest set of
still Rosetta for another week.
So I span the wheel. Do you want to make a wheel spinning noise, Hamish, as is your want? Or do I do it?
You do the
and the winner. Boom.
Yeah.
Shake the room.
I'm trying. I always try to get the boom at the right time, but I never do.
Then
push
boom. Patron Ken Hoskins, everybody.
Oh, very good.
Another long time push the point patron, Ken Hoskins. Congratulations on 6 packs of Rosetta going your way. Still a very desirable set, actually. Lots of good cards.
Apologies if it takes a little while to get there.
Yeah,
I need to do a few orders out.
Yeah, you do. So, God, if this was me, I look at it like a notification on the phone. I imagine Trip is definitely like this. Simon, I don't know. I'm not sure. You would leave notifications like going, "Oh, you've got 50 notifications." Trip's like, I'll read.
No, I just don't let my app.
I can't handle.
I don't let my app send me notifications.
Yeah.
No, but
when
you get a little badge saying the number.
I remove that. Yeah, I just delete it. So if I see them, I just go, no, hide, get rid of that. Mark as read. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't need to think about that.
I can't
have that.
No, of course not.
Oh.
A man's entitled to a private life. You shouldn't have to be at the beck and call.
Trip's got it down.
Well, that's
Trip's winning.
That's why Trip knows if I don't tag him in WhatsApp, it's probably not read.
That's getting a swipe.
Yeah.
You know, when you see it, you swipe to the right.
Yeah.
Or Marcus red.
I will apologise to the last 2 winners on the podcast packs because it's been Christmas and it's been New Year and I haven't been out to the post office.
That's fair enough.
I'm going to do it in a job lot. Are there any other podcast partners that you'd like to shout out today, Hamish?
I reckon Trip should do it.
So I don't normally pay attention during this part because I spin my wheel and then I just sort of think about other things while Hamish is talking. But I think there's you get a discount at Thistle Tavern, a Scottish shingles sheller. I think that's the way Hamish puts it. They do Flesh and Blood cards, and they also do cards of all sorts of other card games, and they also do sealed products as well. But your discount is only for physical, individual singles, as you were, a singles store. But they do a lot of other stuff too. There's also Metal Fab Tokens, not Fab Metal Tokens, which probably would have been a better name for the company, but
we're not here to criticise their
it's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're moment past, isn't it? So yeah, because it'd be Fab being great, Metal Tokens. But you know, Metal Fab Tokens, you can get early access to some of the tokens and also Royal Mail prices, as Hamish likes to say, because he is sort of a fixer for Metal Fab Tokens. He can get you the inside, scoop, get it, a little bit quicker than you might otherwise get them.
Yeah.
And then we got PCG grading. You know, grading these days, back when I was a kid, we just played with cards. We didn't put them in little display cases like we were in the bloody Louvre or something. No, we just threw them around at each other and we folded them and bent them out of shape. But now cards are worth lots of money. So you might want to just stick them in a little bit of plastic. And one day, you'll buy yourself you'll mortgage your house. You know, that could be it with Fab in 20 years, 30 years time. You'll sell your cold foil library of Solana and you'll trade it for a real life library. I don't know why you buy a library. It's sort of a metaphor really for purchasing property.
It smells of leather bound books and rich mahogany.
Oh yeah, you could extend your house with your own private library. How about that? But
what's this got to do with PCG?
Well, you can get a voucher based on how much you pay towards your Push the Point patronship. So if you pay £3 a month every 3 months, you get a £9 voucher. If you pay £5 a month every quarter, you get a £15 voucher. If you pay £10 a month every quarter, you get a £15 voucher. So it's a very, very good deal. And I think if you look at the economics of it, it's just free money, really.
It's practically free.
Patron. And in this economy, how can you say no? Anyway, Hamish,
did you know
that
PCG grading?
Yeah, go on.
I've come out with their slim player slab now.
I saw. I'm tempted to basically say, can you just reslab them into the smaller,
into the player slab slim.
Yeah, the slim player slab slim.
Player slab slim.
Yeah. Now, Trip, that was really good. Well done. That was good. It was good effort.
Much more of a boast than Hamish's efforts.
Yeah, I will say.
It was more of a what? Sorry, a boast. In what way? Because I'm just saying it's a great deal, isn't it? Right.
No, so when someone asks you to wash the dishes, and you give it a go, and you go, well, I guess you did it, and it's fine, but not how not
how you would do it.
I'll clean it like this, so maybe I won't ask you to.
I think I covered it very well.
You did, and this is the most true response. No, this is fine.
I'll tell you a little bit of advice, something, Hamish, that this will take you far, which is if you don't want to do something, don't do it very well, and then you'll never have to do it again.
True.
So
he's absolutely
everybody out there, take that one to the bank because it's a pretty good piece of advice.
For someone that's way younger than me, I live by that mantra. I just found a wife that doesn't accept that.
I just bought a dishwasher, so that's my solution.
Faye married one. Right. So we're home news. We're not going to make a big deal out of this, but we're going to try out a new segment. Right? Everyone knows us for a bit of home news, and that's probably why a lot of you tune in. But we had a little rethink, and we're going to just sort of rebrand this slightly, and we're going to call it "Am I That Guy?" Now, the reason we want to do this is because I don't think any of you really care that Trip or Simon mowed the lawn and hoovered, right? Because sometimes
Gardener's Corner had a real following. So
Gardener's Corner
is off season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Gardener's Corner. It's not. Tis not the season. So we're going to do something called "Am I That Guy?" And it was inspired by our last episode where I was that guy. Talking about my son's football.
Were you that guy?
I was a bit, because clearly I was massively outnumbered. Even Faye listened to it and went, "You just buy him the top. It's no big deal." So I was that guy. Now, Simon,
what happened? Did you buy him the top with the name on it?
No. Slight update from that. He basically then agreed. He did turn around and went, "Yeah, that log tree idea was kind of." My point was, you'd wear it, everyone will see it once, we all laugh. But now you've got to keep it and wear it every day, and it's just not that funny.
Yeah.
The second time, so he was like, "Yeah, you're right." So he just went down with the player top.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah. And by the time you've listened to this was Monday. His birthday is literally tomorrow, but you'll listen to this on Friday, so he's got all his presents anyway. And But Simon, you've told us you've got. Am I that guy?
Well, okay. So
tell me.
It was my birthday yesterday. Right.
This is already going well.
Yeah. Now, firstly, before I get into
it,
did I get anything from either of you? No. Not even a happy birthday.
You didn't tell us it was your birthday.
I didn't know it was your birthday.
No.
Well,
you didn't.
we've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah, and this is the only time. This is the first time I've heard you've had a birthday in 4 years.
Anyway, right. So, okay. So
are we the asshole?
This is where. Am I that guy?
Sorry, no.
Should I let
Am
my
I
hosts
that
know?
No.
Should I tell the host of my podcast that they never remember my birthday? Am I that guy?
So, I was opening presents in the morning. Like we've had my wife did me breakfast in bed.
Yeah.
Like the kids have come up. We're opening some presents.
No, the kids shouldn't be in the room, Simon. I do think you shouldn't be that guy.
Wow. He went there. So we opened some presents, and then there's like one more present left. It's from my wife, and it's fairly like soft and squishy. And I opened it up, and it was a sweater. Right? It was a sweater.
Oh, was it the one that you just put on?
No, it wasn't that. That was from my mum. That was Christmas.
Right.
Well, keep up.
And she obviously saw that there wasn't quite the enthusiasm for the sweatshirt that I've had for some of the other presents that I got.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, do you not like it?" I was like, "Well,
oh no."
Now,
don't
right,
start
so
with the words.
This is
well.
This is am I that guy?
Yeah.
So I basically said, "Oh well, I don't need any more jumpers."
Oh.
And she was like, "Well, what do you mean?" I was like, "Well,
did you get a spade for your birthday with that?" Jesus Christ!
So
I don't need any more jumpers.
She was like, "I've got you a gift receipt." I was like, "Well, why don't you just take it back and you can just keep the money? I don't need it."
Oh, right. So am I that guy?
I'm advocating for one less present. It was a lovely idea.
Did she
bought me a nice jumper.
So I've got some questions. Did she get you any other presents?
Yeah, the main present is a food, like a alternative food tour in Melton Mowbray. So they do like you look at pork pies and beer and brewing and cheese and stuff like that in Melton Mowbray. So that would be quite good. That's really cool. I like that as a present.
Okay, so are you that guy? Are you bang out of order for saying take it back and keep the money?
Yeah. Like, is that just a terrible thing am I just a terrible person? Should I have put on a brave face and been like, "Oh, I love it"?
No. Okay, so you shouldn't have done that. What you did was correct. You shouldn't pretend you like something that someone gives you if you don't want it, because then they might get you again in the future, and you're not doing anybody's favor.
You haven't trained her well.
However, you shouldn't have said just keep the money, because you should have said, "I'll take the gift receipt for a voucher, or go out and buy me something else."
No,
clearly she wanted to buy you something.
No,
so
Trip, I think you got
I
get something else.
No.
So
I get what Trip's saying, because it's been bought as a gift and it was bought in the right spirit of giving. So to push that back on someone's quite rude. I can see that Trip.
I understand Hamish's reaction, because as many people may be aware, there's this thing called love languages, right? And one of the love languages is giving gifts. So some people, the correct response would be, "I didn't need that. You don't have to buy me something else." But if you think that your partner, that is what they enjoy doing, is buying people gifts, then you should give them the opportunity to buy you a different gift, because they would probably enjoy that as well.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So you've got to do a little bit of work.
Right, okay.
Hamish is
Hamish, what do you think? I think you've got a different opinion. So.
No. So I think that Nikki is... I think what's happened is that she's probably not upset that you want to give it back. I think she's just probably a bit... It sounds like I'll be gutted. No matter what it was just, I thought I knew you'd like this, but I clearly... I'm not bothered if you take it back. I'm not bothered if I keep the money. I just got the first pitch wrong.
Got it wrong. Yeah.
I get what you mean. That's the only bit. I think all the other semantics doesn't actually matter. Like... Yeah,
I think I'm coming at it from a very logical perspective as well.
Yeah, that's very
actually,
pragmatic of you. Yeah.
It was a nice jumper, right? It was a nice sweater. I could see myself wearing it and looking good in said jumper.
Well, just keep it then.
I have so many jumpers that I just don't get through.
You don't need.
So I was just like, well,
no,
right.
No. If you looked at it and went, like my biggest issue I'd have is it doesn't fit, right? If it doesn't fit, that'll be like, oh, this doesn't fit. But take it back and get a bigger size because I want to wear it, right? But if it was a new one and I actually didn't like it, I would be like, sure, I'll. I mean,
would you have taken the gift receipt and gone and sorted something else out?
No, not at all. I'll probably just left it in my drawer and put it on once when.
I think when you're buying someone clothes, you got to be really careful, right? Because funnily enough, I also got a jumper from Kate for my Christmas present. But
she's right there.
She's right there. She's in the kitchen. But I specifically asked for a certain kind of jumper.
Yeah.
So I knew what I was getting, and I think when it's something that you're going to wear, I think you need to get sort of a little bit of insight. Like maybe it's different if you know someone for such a long time. You're like, well, I can work out what they would
I could wear it, and I could have worn it, and
why don't you wear it and give it? Yeah, I think you should. Did you like the look of it?
Because it was all right. I mean, it wasn't like
I feel
I'm not gonna line up all my jumpers and be like, well, you're out.
Yeah, you should.
I was just like, do you know what?
No, you need to freshen up a bit. You can't just wear the same old crap.
You are being really. You are.
What?
You're getting really into this. This is interesting.
Really
no,
you're like, no. How you need to throw something away?
Yeah,
for this jumper.
No. It's.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, no. You could have won everything.
I'm very much thinking.
Thank you so much. I love this. Now I can throw one of this old crap out.
I'm very much thinking, actually. Yeah, I don't like throwing stuff away until it's not like usable anymore. You know, and rather than adding a new thing that I might not wear that much because I don't wear loads of sweatshirts, then
you should just
you can take it back and someone else can enjoy that.
No, but if you got a pretty decent jumper, there's a charity shop that would gladly have it. You don't want to give charity shops just worn out crap. You might as well give them something that is actually like, oh, this is actually quite decent. Here you go, charity shop. Here's a decent pair of clothes for someone else that's hard up to get.
I'm glad that I am that guy. I have caused quite a lot of discussion here.
I don't know if we've established what it means to be that guy. But
I don't think. That was a good point. I like
it was
just
good. Listeners at home, let us know what you think. Is Simon that guy? Are we that guy? Because we didn't know it was Simon's birthday yesterday.
I mean, I didn't tell you it was my birthday. But I'm not one to jump and shout and be like, it's my birthday.
I saw that Dyson knew, because I just checked the Discord today and I saw he wished you a happy birthday.
Yeah, he did. Dyson knew.
So Dyson is not that guy. So congratulations, Dyson.
When is your birthday?
It was yesterday.
Yes.
So the 12th. I think I remember this because it's 2 days before Logan's. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's right, mate.
Yeah, but you don't. Whatever. Right.
When's your birthday, Hamish?
No, Simon will tell us.
I'll go on the font of all knowledge that tells me when the birthdays are.
The calendar.
Nikki.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki. Is that what you call your calendar?
I know what your wedding anniversary is.
That's the
same as yours.
Yeah, it's the one thing I do know.
And what day is it, Hamish?
It's the 5th of August.
Yeah.
5th of August.
I tell you what, I always throw this. It's 2017, wasn't it?
So I'm the same. I always get it confused between 2017 and 2018.
Yeah,
no, I think it was 20.
Hamish's birthday is also the 5th.
No, I think it was
2018.
Yeah, it was 2018.
Because our 7-year anniversary was 2024, right? So it must be 20. No.
This is bad.
We're the worst.
No, it was 2017. Definitely.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely because I remember my friend getting married because I had one friend married in 2015. Another best mate was 16. I was 17. It's definitely 17. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely 17.
Yeah,
because this is our 8th. This is our if you don't know, me and Trip, which we didn't know this either until many podcasts in, and it's a little reminder for some of you who haven't heard of it. But we were married not only on the same day, but on the same goddamn year, and around about the same bloody time.
We were basically getting married at the same time.
We didn't know each other at all, and then we hooked up and went, "Hang on a minute."
It's so cool though.
That is mad. What are the odds that we two people though? They weren't even playing Flesh and Blood. Got married on the same day, same time.
Isn't it
met
something
up
like
randomly, made a podcast, and then going, hang on. What
but
are
there's
the
something
odds?
like if you have like 20 people in a room, there's a 50% chance that 2 of them will share a birthday or something weird like
I
that.
thought you said if there's 20 people in the room, there's a 50% chance that you're going to murder one of them.
Wow.
This is a completely different subject.
I've been
You
listening to
You
too
reminded
much
me of something when
Finn
I was
versus
in
the internet.
when I was in
I
primary
now know when
school.
both of your birthdays are, by the way. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
well, before you say that, I
right.
just want to. When I was in primary school, we had a substitute teacher, and she said to us, the chances are that one of you will die before you turn 18."
No.
And then we were like, "Are you
Wow.
kidding?" We were like 11 years old.
And
Wow.
you know what's
It is like
what's
there's
actually
30.
quite sad is that the second she's like, well, she said that, and even I'm thinking in shock, oh my god, you can't say something like that, and that's actually has happened to me.
Well, I was going to say it's probably true,
It is
but it's
true.
also
Someone in
like
my
it's not
year
what you
has-
want to hear when
No,
you're
it's
about to
not.
start going through like
It is.
yeah,
It's,
crisis.
not
of
to
youth.
morbid this up, but she's got a point. Anyway, right, let's move this on.
Good, Simon. When's Hamish's birthday?
Yeah, go on then, Simon.
For June.
Oh, it
June?
is 5th.
5th.
Oh, the day after the. Oh no, it's the 4th of July, isn't it? Not the 4th
Yeah,
of June.
and what? No, mine was.
And Trips is the 17th of October.
Hell yeah!
So, bro, that is no offense. There's nothing memorable about the 17th. It's such a hard
but you're
thing
in
for
my-
me to remember.
You're in my contacts. You're in my contacts.
no,
Yours is the 12th as well.
Are you
What
kidding?
the
What,
hell's the
what have you been
12th?
saying? Like the 5th of June?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
so-
some
that's
kind
so-
of
that's
incredible
so-
day.
Yeah, it's the day before
You're
D-Day.
mad, mate. October 17th is a great birthday.
Annoyingly, Hamish's birthday is 5, 6, 8, 9. So where's 7?
Oh, 789. No, that's the wrong way. 887.
Don't. I've actually just. Why? I'm 35 years old and I've only just discovered this and it's now pissed me off. Right, flesh and blood time. Let's go. Right.
Okay. Are you guys travelling anywhere this week?
This week?
In general?
Oh, to Prague.
I'll probably
Yeah.
go to work. No, I'm not going
we're
to Prague.
We're not going to Prague. It's
I was-
son's birthday weekend.
I reached the point where I was looking at flights and looking at hotels,
Yeah.
and I never got round to booking it. I mean, people might
Okay.
talk me round, but I looked at the
Well,
venue and it
Prague's
was like,
sold out.
well, yeah, this was a while back.
Oh,
This was
right.
last year when it got announced. I almost considered going, but I thought not. I didn't end up going in the end. You know, I knew work would be busy. I wasn't sure. What do you guys think about the like world premiere? Like, have either of you ever been to a world premiere? Because I guess we
No, I
haven't
haven't
really
yet.
been, so we don't really know what it would be like.
Well,
The other option we had was Madrid, wasn't it? And that was
That was
Team
weirdly
Seal.
enough uprising. Weirdly enough, both the
Yeah.
Draconic leaning sets
Yeah.
have been in Europe premiere. Which
But
is,
fair play to anybody who's going. I think
Yeah.
Prague's a really cool city. I did get some people I know who've been to Prague were saying it will be incredibly cold. But it is quite cold here, so actually maybe it wouldn't be the
Yeah.
worst thing in the world.
no.
But yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to just exploring the set as it comes out in UK. I don't think I need to, but I am really fascinated to see the cards that get released over
Yeah.
the weekend because we'll basically know every single card in the set after Prague is basically the first day of the Prague because people are going to be opening them. So that's kind of exciting. I do like that way of doing it. And for those that I mean, by this point you will have seen our spoiler as well, which I believe is going out on
Literally Thursday.
day before.
Yeah.
So that's cool too. And it's a cool set. I'm not traveling, Simon, not for this one.
Not for this one.
So just as well, which is going to feel a little bit weird for everyone, you've obviously seen our spoiler card and you're probably thinking we're not talking too much about this. It's you'll see it. It's a common. It's fine. You know, it definitely fits around.
You know what?
It fits
Now-
around because this is
That's
coming out a
true,
bit
actually.
later on.
It's the
But
thing,
I don't
right?
want
About
to.
it,
The reason we
yeah.
don't want to talk about it way too much is because we put this out a little bit early for the patrons. But
True.
No, I just on a note, like I was looking at it again today, and actually, there's so much knowing what the heroes do
yeah,
There's so much value in that card.
Yeah.
Like
all of them. Yeah, because
all of them. Yeah.
All of them have now gone. Actually, I don't need to rely on what hero I'm actually landing on.
Yeah.
Because there is a way that it's kind of doubling up on being able to do, like, you've caught, everyone's probably caught on now that you're starting to see the fun, like the one arachne that attacks the hand. There's also an attack that now attacks the hand. So you've got a card that doesn't it and a hero ability that's doing it, and it's kind of spread across all of them, right? And now actually. It's not. It's kind of safe, exciting, if that makes sense. Because I remember the last episode we were talking about Arachne, and we were all going a bit like, "Oh man, it's so wild and out of control." But I think after seeing, like, how do you manage all this sort of stuff? But now I think looking at this, like before we even know the set, I feel like I know what Arachne is doing. And the wildest thing is we're rolling a dice. You don't know what the hero is, but. Man, these cards are all just telling us the same 6 things over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? It's not pushing it right out there. It's almost like it's in. I don't know if it's when I say good is in. Is it strong? No idea. Is it interesting as a hero? I don't know yet. Jury's out. I'm not sure.
I think. As we're talking a little bit about the cards that have been revealed, and another comment actually, I really like the new card Reaper's Call, which is this sort of draft mechanic that they've been pushing for a while, but I think is really good, which is that essentially it's essentially mark target opposing hero. It's a stealth attack for 3, but it's essentially.
Is it common? Sorry, is it common? So there's 9 copies.
Yeah.
So it's like discard this, mark target hero. So that's what the hero needed was that essentially unconditional marking, and you could read that as essentially an instant that blocks 3, mark opponent's hero, and I think you play it right. We've not seen it in Rainbow. It should be in Rainbow, but that seems to be the kind of the building block really of being able to always be able to mark the opponent's hero.
I love that artwork as well.
The artwork's sick, but I think as well that card is just like the heavy hitters ones, discard this. Yeah. So you're not blocking with it. It's basically choosing. I guess I've got to I've got to.
But the block is so good for redundancy, right? Because, it's not like Fruits of the Forest where you could discard if you had to. You could go discard. You get your value. You're never going to want to mark an opponent's hero twice. So if you do draw 2 in one turn, you can block with it for 3, which is good value, and mark with the other one. Or hell, if you have to, you throw it out as your 0 for 3 if it's the red one. Stealth card, and then you do some damage maybe if you go over the top, or it's just an attack. So it's really nice. Like deck building card, it's just giving you that consistency that I was a bit worried about because all we were seeing was on hit mark effects, and now we know that you don't have to hit to mark a hero. That's really, really powerful. I think I also saw that the ninjas can mark, which I wasn't 100% sure if I knew
you do
was the
thing. All of them need
which is
marking.
cool, which is really cool. So it's good to know. Yeah, the warrior has the Sworn Vengeance and the ability to mark and the tag the target. So again, my assumption would be the assassins will be able to do more with the mark effect. But it's interesting to see that the ninja and warriors can also mark the opponent. So that's pretty cool too. Yeah, I'm excited. I like it when we have that consistency. And I think that instant discard mechanic, which we've only really seen emerge, like Hamish was saying, in heavy hitters, has become a really powerful tool in like LSS's design toolbox essentially. And those cards have been really exciting to play with in draft and are really interesting too. So yeah, it's great to see.
Started in heavy hitters, didn't it? I don't know whether any misfail stuff did that.
It might have been, maybe not.
I don't think it did, but the Rosetta certainly did with, like you said, Fruits of the Forest and so on. I love it. I actually really, really like the instant discard. It kind of gives these cards This I know it did. No, it definitely did come out in No, Christ, no. I keep thinking that these wizard.
It was
cards...
heavy hitters, wasn't it?
No, it definitely came out in heavy hitters. I don't think Misfail did anything with it, but I think those instant discard stuff. Like, I actually agree with you, Trip. Like, I was missing the point with multiple copies of this card equals what do I do with this? And I love the fact that the fact it's just got stealth and you can just instant discard your heroes now marked. I wonder if there's some stuff going on that lets you, when you're attacking with this card, nothing seems to matter unless you're marked, and as you're applying all the attack reactions and everything to it, that the opponent's just going like, well, what is this, like, and then all of a sudden you can instantly mark them, and now it's just becoming so much worse because these extra layers that only happen if you're marked is not revealed until said point.
Yeah,
and it's just all part of that deception that you know what assassins are so good at is this is not what it seems. It's never what it is.
Yeah.
It's always
it's like
worse.
You're saying, Hamish, with these mark of the X, the Black Widow one we've seen.
Yeah.
You could throw that out there and they'll be like, well, it's stealth of 3, but my hero is not marked, so it's not going to do anything. And then you can reaction, discard Reaper's Call, mark opposing hero, and now suddenly that unblocks. Mark of the Black Widow is now presenting a discard on hit. So you're completely right, Hamish. Yeah.
I wonder what this... I tell you what, really interestingly, I'd love to see... This is clearly all Arachne. It's all... Probably... he's going to have all this stuff. I wonder what all this means for Azuri, man. Like, really... Because it's all stealth. It's all...
Yeah, it's all stealth.
What, like, she's not stuck with the kind of average... Like, you know what I mean? Even with the... Misfail stuff, she really did get some major upgrades with those blue those one attack blues that are really strong, that are majestics. But now we've got this bigger pool of stealth cards coming out. I wonder if Azuri's actually getting to get a Viscerai treatment. You know how Viscerai just got massively powerful with Rosetta, and I wonder what this is actually going to bump up Azuri. Like,
do you think Azuri would make a move to use the marked cards?
Not necessarily. I don't know. That's the thing, because like some of the other stuff that with
because
the
you're going to swap out some of these cards, right?
Yeah, but like the Bloodrot Pox stuff and all that. It's all right, yeah. But when you're like, all right, well, this is all we have. But now I feel like toolbox seems so much more wider now, and it feels. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if someone's made a marked Azuri deck that with some layers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you just seen the latest spoiler?
Yeah, that card is actually kind of nutty.
I can see you guys.
Well, I mean,
thinking,
it's interesting. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think it's nutty. I think
it's fun.
It requires a certain playstyle. So
I like it.
There's a card that's literally just been spoiled by Sloop Dude.
Yeah.
Loyalty Beyond the Grave. It's a draconic defense reaction.
Oh.
The block for 3.
While this is in your graveyard. While this is in your graveyard, sorry. At the start of your turn, you may banish 2 cards named Loyalty Beyond the Grave from your graveyard. If you do, draw a card. So basically, first 2 do nothing.
With both of them.
No, the first one does nothing.
First one does nothing. As soon as you've got 2,
so you can
the
get
start of your turn.
Game. Yeah.
You can draw. Well,
no, that's bro. No,
you
I'm
can
sorry.
only get it once. You can only get it once.
That's good. That's really good. That's so good.
You can only get it once.
So
why can you only do it once?
Because
you have to banish 2 cards.
Copies. You banish 2, so the last one.
Yeah.
It works in Blitz as well, so you can do it once in Blitz and once in CC.
You probably still just put, that's so good, bro. But weirdly enough, not very. It's actually so it's good, but not kind of. It's not really proactive. Is it doing your game plan?
But let's think about it, because actually, all we've seen from Draconic so far is like race. Yeah. So Draconic Ninja, for example, it just races.
Wait a minute. Is it
I
just
guess
a draconic card?
it's Draconic. So
So
the warrior
Kano.
could make use of this.
And Kano.
No, he's not Draconic.
Oh, he's not, is
Kano's,
he? No,
Kano's
yeah, but he's from the area. He's got the
it
border,
would be
but he's not
interesting.
the...
It would be really good in
Dramai would
in
have enjoyed
Dramai.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dramai.
So Living
She could
Legend
eventually full
Dromai.
block and
Yeah.
then draw a card, which always would be a red, right? So,
My
and then if you draw
God.
something, I mean, the new card that
Broken.
has just been shown as we're going through the spoilers, we can.
Well,
which
yeah,
one?
it's
the
going to
new,
be hard
the new
because
ninja card.
you're gonna
The
see-
Oath of-
Motion Never Dies.
Well,
Well,
no, I was
yeah.
talking more of Oath of Loyalty, which is
Oh, okay.
the if you play it as the first action, if you can only
Yeah.
play it as the first action of your turn. When this is played until end of turn, you can only play cards that are draconic. I thought that was kind of interesting from a
0 for
Oh,
4
it's
go
0
again.
for 4
though.
go again.
It's a 0
Yeah.
for 4 go again. It's a big limit on the turn, isn't it? Like when you've got Blaze Headlong, which just needs you to have played a red card before.
But it's starters. Draconic starters were the key
Yeah,
thing that I always wanted, and 0 for 4s are pretty crazy. The trouble is with that card, it really puts you in a box, right? Like you're like,
Yeah.
well, I have to play Draconic cards, but
But then if you're
a lot of
bi,
the-
you're only playing Draconic card. Like
yeah, like
Or Brand of
you like
Cyndaquil.
snatches, and you like
Yeah.
well, mainly just snatch, to be honest. But I think
And Salt
I
the
would
Wounds.
say it's very it's still. What am I trying to say? I like this new draconic defense reaction because it's a bit different. That's really cool. I'm enjoying seeing draconic cards that aren't just playing into the hyper aggressive playstyle. Like this is a really interesting direction to be like, hey, you've got to block, but if you block twice, you can have a free card. That's kind of cool.
It's very
That's really strong. It's really strong. And it helps counteract the we've lost things like Art of War, and there's they've taken away the draconic book as well. Not that that was ever really played, but it's gone. It's really interesting to see cards that aren't necessarily playing into the 0 for 4 playstyle, but then the other two reveals very much play into the 0 for 4, because one of them is literally a 0 for 4, and the other one is a 1 for 4 with a endless arrow style effect.
Banish it and play again.
Oh no!
But
What was that card? What was it? That ninja card that when you hit banish it, play it again.
Devotion Never Dies.
No.
That's
What's
the new one?
No, what's the
Hamish is
original?
thinking of
0
the-
for 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
double
draconic.
strike.
That's just double strike.
Yeah, double.
That's just a
this
ninja card.
But isn't this very double? Isn't this just double strike?
No, because double strike was play this
Unconditional.
and it doesn't need to hit, right?
No,
You just
but
banish it.
this one doesn't need to hit either, does it?
When
It
this
does.
hits, if a draconic attack was the last attack this combat
okay.
game,
So it's got 2.
banish this.
Instead of trying,
Mm.
I think what we should do is we can start to see a picture of a little bit from. I know by the time we're done, we're going to see so much more, and a lot of stuff is going to get fleshed out. So we're going to sound pretty silly talking about stuff on Monday, a whole week of spoilers, and then this episode's out. What's your sort of thoughts on I think the weapons are very telling for the draconic heroes. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the ninja dagger and how that. I think that's this is going to be very integral to the what's her name, Syndra. I wanted to get your
kunai, the kunai of retribution.
Yeah. So, first off, is she going to use it?
I
think a lot of the cards rely on daggers, right? The new cards.
Yeah.
I think that's a great question, Hamish, because I think she won't have a choice, because this is a prediction because I've not seen any of the cards, and by this point you might have seen them. I think that she's going to have a lot of cards that generate this weapon or recur this weapon or create this weapon in some way, because the effect itself is literally you swing with it, it explodes. Well, it breaks.
It's a throwing weapon. You get
all
rid
the
of it,
art
right?
we've seen of her is that she's surrounded by these daggers, right? Like that in the art, there's like 8 of them all around her. Like, so I think there's going to be much more to this weapon than what we see on the card in terms of Yeah, go
like
ahead.
similar to the graphene Kelicera, like
Which is a
they're
cool
I'm
card.
sh-
Yeah,
it
but
is a
that
very
card,
cool card.
but that card is actually good.
It's a weapon with stealth, which is ridiculous.
Well,
But
no, but it's also
Yeah.
but it's weird. It costs 1, comes in for
Yeah.
1, and it's the first time we've ever had a low cost card for Assassin Dagger.
Mm.
Plus, if you happen to form into the correct Arachne,
yeah,
it comes in for nothing because
Right.
because the cost is reduced by 1. It costs 1,
Yeah.
so it is
Yeah.
a free 0
but it
for
doesn't
whatever.
have go again unless they're marked.
Oh, but bro, we now
Yeah,
we're just
I
seeing
guess
these.
so,
Yeah.
God, this card is
I guess
clearly
so.
going to. Yeah, that's really good. I think the interesting thing about the dagger is that ninjas don't want to break the chain, and I felt that maybe this dagger would say when the chain link. Is it chain link or the combat chain? Just because
It's
can't.
when the combat chain closes, so it doesn't break the chain until the end of
Yeah,
the combat
wrong.
chain. So
It feels like
yeah,
the
yeah.
wording. We want to see chain link break because we go. All right, I hit with dagger, resolution phase, flick knives, destroy dagger, and then we can find within the chain link the cards that bring the card back into your equipment zone. But our weapons are gonna break at the end of the combat chain. So am I breaking? Am I
So
breaking the chain
most
to
of-
break the dagger to play the card to bring the dagger back, or have I got to? Do you see
So
what I mean?
most of the effects that throw a dagger don't let you do it on the dagger that's the active chain link. So, for example, you can't, say you got the flick knives arm piece. If you're attacking with a dagger, you can't flick knives the dagger that you're attacking with.
No, so
But you can move to the next chain link and then flick the
dagger.
previous dagger. So with this hero, you're kind of highly incentivized to throw these daggers because you're going to lose them anyway. When you've got a Kadachi on the chain link, you're like, well, I'm not going to destroy this Kadachi unless it's winning me the game because I don't want to get rid of my Kadachi. But if I'm losing it anyway, you're essentially like, well, this is going to die at the end of the chain, so I'll throw it later on.
But my point is that her hero ability lets you revive a dagger back, if I'm right, depending on how many chain links you've got open, which is very contradictory on what her weapon, like how her weapon breaks at the end. So she goes, oh, okay, so you've got 2 or more draconic chain links. The cost of this is now reduced by 2 or 3 or whatever, right? But the dagger's still there.
Yeah.
I need to break the chain to get the dagger in the bin for me to activate her ability again.
Well, that's why effects like flick knives are going to be so strong because it essentially allows you to free up. You're attacking for 1. You're probably going to hit because most people don't block a 1. And then you move on to the next. You move on to the next chain link, and then you then flick knives on the next one. You've now done 2 damage, and then at the end of the chain, you're like, well, I've got this number of chain because it still remembers that the dagger is there, even though it's not there. And then you essentially are every turn trying to throw as many knives as possible and then reset your knives for the next turn, which is a really cool way of playing, I think. So,
well, thank you, Trip. You've set that. I teed it up lovely because I was sitting there hoping, as we were talking through it, someone will go, "Yes, Hamish, you use the flick knives during
knives.
You don't wait until the dagger. Basically, the dagger's telling you, bro, throw me. Otherwise, it's wasted. Throw me. Otherwise, it's wasted. Yeah. So,
and back to your original question, which is like, will she run this dagger? Yeah, because and purely because it's draconic, right?
So you run 2.
Yeah, I feel like.
Or do you run 1 and then a Kadachi? So you throw that one Kadachi, and then bring that one back. Just throw
I
one
think
all the time.
I think you probably run the Kadachis because the Kadachis are just.
Yeah, I think
it's so easy in Ninja to run 0 cross blues.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
You can
if
only
runs one
because you can only
it's draconic as well, though, right? They want draconic. It'd be interesting to see how much she differs from Phi over.
I didn't know. You definitely run 2 of this weapon because you want to maximize what you can get out of your hero ability. You want to be using flick knives to throw one of the daggers and some other effect, which I'm sure plenty of the cards in the set are going to have dagger throw. We've seen one, which was a little, I haven't read that one fully, but you want to be throwing 2 knives a turn, and then you want to be resetting from the graveyard both of those daggers back onto the field, because you're just going to get so much. You're essentially basically turning your weapons into one cost.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really good, because those dagger throws count as hits as well for the purposes of things like Mask of Momentum. If you're running, who knows what kind of headpiece, we're definitely going to get a new headpiece. We always get. Ninjas have there seems to be a ninja thing just to give them as many headpieces as possible.
No, I
reckon, seem that way.
I reckon they're going to get a
chess piece that actually does something.
Yeah. I think they will, and then no, I think they will.
Yeah, I mean the furnace is pretty nice, right?
That's draconic though.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe a chess piece, a ninja chess piece. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
So, I mean, looking at Syndra though, like you say, Trip, but with Phi, it wasn't hard to get 3 Draconic Chain Links to get your Phoenix Flame back. I don't think it's going to be hard to get the Draconic Chain Links.
Oh no, bro!
To get your free.
You do run
to get your 3 daggers back.
No, you do run 2 daggers straight up. The one
you
bit
can
I
get
didn't.
2 back.
Yeah, I thought it was only 1. Oh no, you run them both.
I was wondering. I was like,
yeah.
When you said it, I was like, oh yeah, maybe. I was like, no.
No. I thought you only get 1 dagger back. I thought, but no, you get up to 2. No, you run 2. Yeah.
The cool thing as well is that this is a once per turn instant effect, and you could essentially throw 2 you get someone down to
every
4.
Turn.
You could throw the 2 daggers and be like, well, I can't bring them back on my turn because I've not got enough chain links, but I really want to throw daggers at you. And then on their turn, you just pitch a blue, get the daggers back, and just try and get there must be some kind of loop here of like when you're down to your last cards, the ability to just continually generate daggers from the grave and kind of get this this sort of chain going of I'm gonna dagger, throw the previous dagger, and then on their turn pitch the blue you've drawn into, fetch the daggers back, and then with that like late game, there's definitely something there of like unblockable dagger throws and it's like almost like a Kodachi lock with an extra dagger throw, which is pretty exciting. So
this is gonna give this. I think Enigma's just seen the true nightmare, like. Christ almighty, imagine just everything you're doing and you're going, all right, okay, flick and throw one and flick. It's like, oh my god. But I think her biggest nightmare will be heroes that can play 1 card that prevents up to X amount of damage. So like the new the new Runeblade card that you discard this and prevent the next 2 damage.
Haunting rendition.
Yeah, stuff like that is going to be her nightmare. To go, oh right, I want to give 1 card for 1 damage, but 1 card blocking 2 forms of damage is hell.
There's a couple of lightning cards that do that as well, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, we'll wrap this up with Fang. Sorry, I know there's gonna be we talked.
No, I was gonna say, Fang's really interesting as well in terms of also being a dagger hero, right? Like I think that's really, but I don't know if we've
dagger hero.
I don't know if we've seen what the warrior. I'm scrolling through. Have we seen what the obsidian fire?
We have seen his weapon. So
that looks amazing as well.
Yeah, which is actually so with fealty, your first
next draconic action is your next attack is draconic.
Is draconic. And then, so that immediately meets the requirements for Obsidian Fireblade. If you've played a Draconic card this turn, this chain link, this attack gets... so with the Draconic chain link, is it action for Fealty or is it any card? So let me check Fealty. We're playing we're reviewing by the seat of our pants here a little bit.
If there's a token on the field, you don't play a token.
Right, yeah. So the next card you play this turn is Draconic. So you could play a non-Draconic attack reaction. It would become Draconic, and then that would create the criteria to give the effect to the dagger. That's what I was trying to get at. Sorry, it's a little bit a little bit back and forth there. But that's pretty cool.
How do we keep fealties going? Because I'm looking at Fang right now, and the fact that it says if you control 3 or more fealty tokens, dagger attacks you control cost 1 less to activate, which is really good. That's really good, and it says daggers only. So in my head, I was going, I think you're going to have 1 Fang blade, and I would not be shocked by any means if they had the Quicksilver dagger, which is going to be just a free 1 go again. It's because it literally says if you played a weapon last turn, this one has go again, and that's so, like for free. Yeah. It's so free. That will be really good.
But to generate fealty, you need to hit a marked hero.
Yeah. So whenever you hit a marked hero, create a fealty token. So I feel that I think Fang is going to not he's got to somehow keep these fealty tokens alive, and at every given moment play cards that mark you. So the draconic marked cards have to land, and I don't know.
We saw the.
But I don't think Ninja and I don't think Ninja and Warrior are going to get this. So I think the thing Assassin's going to get is that unconditional mark through the card that we've seen.
They're not going to get the unconditional.
Yeah, I don't think Warrior and Ninja are getting that.
No, I don't believe they will. Well,
you've also got Endeavor and Endear Devotion also gives you a way of creating a fealty token as an attack reaction. Target dagger gets +3 if you control 2 or more draconic chain links. Create a fealty token.
Okay.
And that will also, once someone is marked, they've used Sworn Vengeance and marked there are ways to work it into the game plan because it's a warrior attack plan, right? You're going to use the attack reactions.
The trouble with Endear Devotion is it's like you want to play this on the first dagger because it's a draconic attack reaction. It will give it +1 and go again. But at that point, you might not control 2 draconic chain links because that might be the first attack. And as we've already seen, Warrior is getting actions which are no good because it's really interesting seeing like chain links in Warrior because Warrior loves playing action.
Yeah, but if you've played a Sworn Vengeance, that is it's not draconic. You need it to be draconic.
And it's,
I don't think he's. You know what? Here's my sort of hot take. I think he's. I don't think he's. Oh, this could be so wrong. I'm not going to give it now because there's so many spoilers coming.
We've seen so few cards. We're speculating a lot here because we've seen so few cards. We've seen like a couple of M's. We've seen like 6 commons.
Yeah.
Like I think we've got an idea of like what a suite of commons will be for Assassin based on our spoiler. But even with that information, that doesn't tell us a lot about Ninja or Warrior.
I know. I'm gonna double down on this take again, and I'm saved by this take because unfortunately I think the Warrior class is the weakest class in the game. But I think
that's bold.
No, it's not bold. It's pretty obvious. I
think whenever we've seen Warrior do very well,
heavy hitters,
it's been playing a style that isn't even necessarily playing to what like the Warrior strengths. It's been playing a very controlling. I'm thinking like Axe Dory, which is playing a very specific kind of fab. So I do kind of agree with what Hamish is saying.
There was 2 times Warriors were good during the Crucible of War beta when we started. When Dorinthia versus Dash.
Yeah.
And then it died. And then Heavy Hitters came out and Dorinthia went, oh, hey, I've got axes.
But that was a very specific time. And I don't even know if it was really Warrior. It was just, there was not a super, super aggressive... I don't mean that. There wasn't an Enigma or a
There wasn't
Dramai.
an MST
in
the game.
That's true.
We should talk about that in an upcoming episode of that set.
That set is...
It's MSD Tales 2.0 kind of thing.
It was.
We're looking at these top 8s, man, and it's just like
MST is in that same vein of Monarch, Tales of Aria, Uprising Everfest. If someone didn't know, I bet everyone would turn around and went, "Oh man, that feels very like Fab." Was that Fab 1.0? It's like, no, that was quite late into the Fab 2.0. I don't know what that set's pretty wild. The biggest outlier of Fab 2.0 for sure. Anyway,
so we should probably wrap up.
Jeez, that flew by.
I've really enjoyed that episode. I didn't know what we were going to talk about today because it is late in the cycle of Rosetta. We are.
I don't think
getting towards.
It's fair to say we're still just about. Maybe by the time that you listen to this episode, you'll feel like, okay, Fab is picking back up again. We're seeing a couple of big tournaments, but
a winter lull.
December and January is always a little quieter time for Fab, and I think we're starting to see things pick up again, and it's going to get very exciting in February, March, and then just the road, the road to Pro Tour London. It's so exciting. So I hope people are interested to see what's going to come out from Prague. You'll probably know about it as you listen to this podcast, and this will get. But hopefully.
Well, no one's got this far, but on your final takes, lads, just for the sealed, limited purposes only, is everyone just playing Syndra?
No,
I think so. Yeah,
I think Assassin. Assassin.
Do you? No, everyone will want to, but if you're going to win the goddamn calling, bro, you're just playing Syndra.
All right, okay. Syndra will be the go-to, like as we saw with Fi, as we saw with Zen. Like I think Syndra's going to be the easy aggro option, but then it will come out maybe that. Warrior provides actually a quite good counter to that, and
Arachne.
We'll see.
I think the triangle is Syndra beats Fang, Fang tackles Arachne, Arachne tackles Syndra.
Okay,
right. We've seen what 12 cards.
No, I'm just looking. I
think it's a good way to think about it. Though,
I think the Arachne taking on Syndra is like, well, it's an assassin. It's versing a ninja. Ninja don't want to block. It's that's my trope.
I was thinking about Outsiders and how Assassin was so good in Outsiders, but there was a little thing called a Frailty taken in Outsiders, and that did a lot of heavy lifting for taking out Ninja. So, hey, maybe there'll be a poor man's Codex of Frailty in Hunters.
We know there's definitely going to be one card, right? There's going to be one card in this set that's going to make everyone turn around and go, bro, what is this? What is this card? This is insane.
Anyway. Right.
All right,
Thanks
wrap
for
it up.
joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Peace.